Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. My name is Leon Jones. This video is for the guys and the guys only. Women, you are encouraged to listen to this video because it can happen to you as well. The title of this video is it possible to date someone who has baggage? Is it possible to date someone who has baggage? Now, there are going to be a plethora of answers when it comes to this topic. But when it comes to dating anyone with baggage, you have to see what type of baggage they have. And when it comes to meeting a person, you have to see if their mindset is stable so you can have some type of interaction with them. You also have to look at their position in life. What I mean by position, have they been incarcerated? Have they been a pedophile? Do they have mental disorders? Do they have children still living with them at home? Do they have a lot of other drama, such as family drama? Now, I say this because a number of us have run into these types of people, and we find ourselves very frustrated because we invest our time into trying to find an individual who's going to keep us at peace. And this is men and women. Now, when it comes to dating in today's civilization, particularly the Western civilization, it is very difficult to date because a number of men and women have had bad pasts, and they keep on making the same mistakes over and over and over again, and they're not getting the results they want. What they're doing is they're attracting the wrong people. Now, I'm going to tell you this about attraction. You are who you attract. Some people talk about the ratchet behavior of people. Well, if you're constantly attracting ratchet people, you're ratchet, and you've done nothing to change the situation. But when it comes to individuals with baggage, again, you have to see what type of baggage they have. You have to understand what type of baggage they have. And you have to see if you can deal with their baggage. Now, for the most part, I'm going to tell any man and woman, don't date anybody with baggage because you're going to be very miserable. And you have a number of people who are involved with individuals who come from dysfunctional families. Now, one thing I will say is baggage is I look at some women in the 50s. You have a number of them who are grandmothers, but they're not the types of grandmothers that my mom is and the older grandmothers. They're what I call grandmother mothers. What I mean by a grandmother mother is this person has the title of grandmother because she has a child who is a mother, but what she is doing as a grandmother is motherly duties. She is going to do what I call the handiwork for her child, who should be doing for her own child. Let me give you an example. When it comes to picking up her child from school, well, the bottom line, the grandmother is doing it. The grandmother's babysitting the child. Meanwhile, some of these mothers aren't doing anything. Now, some are. But here's the problem. When you go to look at online dating profiles, and I want to tell you guys right now, and I'm speaking to the guys only, particularly if you're in your 20s and 30s, don't think it gets any easier when women turn 40 and 50 years old. You think it's bad now with the single mothers? Well, it's going to get worse in your 40s and 50s because, again, a lot of these mothers right now in their profiles, if you're looking online, are going to have these quotes. My family is the most important thing to me. My kids are my world. My kids are my life. Without them, I'd be nothing. Now, if any guy reads that profile and he answers that profile with a response that he's interested in this person, expect to be miserable because she's already telling you that you're going to be ranked at the bottom. And when it comes to investment, let's look at a business term of investment. When you invest your money into something, you want to get an ROI, a return on your investment. Well, the same way you look at a business about investment, you want to get that from a woman. And if her time is into her family, you're not going to get a return on your investment. In fact, a number of these women out here, particularly in the 40s and 50s, who are grandmamas, are basically utilizing their family so they don't have to go out with a man. Now, some of them have been hurt by men, but it is their own fault if they've been hurt by men, just like some men have been hurt by women. But the bottom line, you have a number of women who constantly hide behind their family to avoid a man, but they're being hypocritical by putting profiles on online dating sites stating that they want a man in their lives. What man is going to invest his time and effort into you when you can't invest your time into you? Your time is spent with your grandkids, your grown kids, and taking care of other family members. Don't get me wrong, I love family. Family is important. But if you teach your children how to be self-sufficient, they shouldn't need you to take care of their children. Now, of course, there are going to be some times where your children might have to go to work. But see, if you teach your children about relationships and marriage, having a husband, and even having a wife, you should be able to enjoy your life. But when it comes to baggage of having your family in your world and you're looking for a relationship as a man or a woman, that's going to put your market value down very low. And I hate to say this, the older a number of women get, the less options you have. Now, the older a man gets, the more options he has. Why? Because he is making more money than he was when he was in his 20s and 30s. But that's not what this video was about. This video was about baggage. Now, going back to baggage, should you date somebody who has a lot of baggage? You already know the answer to that. It's no. You'll be wasting your time. You'll be wasting your money because that person is not into you. When it comes to dating people who have baggage, that means they have a lot of problems, a lot of issues that are psychological, mental, and many of them are in denial and they're delusional about the situation. They think they can do anything, including having a job, date. But if you look at it, there's so much you can juggle in one day. There are only 24 hours in one day. You have to have time to sleep. You have to have time to eat. And when somebody has a lot of baggage and they're trying to juggle a lot on their plate, they just can't do it. It's not humanly possible. None of us are super people. Also, going back to what I said about baggage, what types of baggage? Do they have financial problems? Are they paying back student loans? Do they want you to help them with their bills? Is their cell phone turned off all the time? These are keys that you must look at when you're dating somebody. Now, when it comes to the surface, if a woman or man is beautiful or handsome, we get lost in that beauty with our belief system. But I want to tell you, if you're not on top of who you are and what you want, you're going to run into a lot of problems, because you get some individuals who will give you the indication that they don't have a lot of baggage, but they do. And the way you find out if they have baggage or not, you look at what they do. Actions speak louder than words. Again, a number of people with a lot of baggage, men and women, the first place they're going to run to so they can hide is behind social media and online dating. Why? Because it's very easy to hide behind social media and online dating, because all you are basically prescribing is a picture and a profile. But you ever wonder, when you are meeting somebody on an online dating site or social media, after you exchange phone numbers, why you can't get in contact with this person? Well, you can't get in contact with this person because they have a lot of baggage, or they're not interested in you. They didn't make that plain and clear. Again, the actions speak louder than words. And then when you confront them about it, they're always going to be in denial, and they may even shame you and say, well, you're insecure and you don't understand them. Certainly you understand them. The bottom line is they didn't understand themselves. And what you have today are too many selfish people out there who don't care about anybody, and that includes themselves. They don't value their own lives. If you get involved with somebody who has a lot of problems, men and women, you're setting yourself up for failure. And what's going to happen to you, you're going to be one who's going to inherit those problems as well. Why? Because misery loves company. Dating should be easy, but it's not. It's not, because you have a number of people who don't look at themselves. You have a number of people who don't know what they want. When you run into individuals who are constantly asking you for money, the first instinct you should have is, I better run. Why? Because once they ask you for money, they're going to continue to ask you for money. It's like the person that's constantly asking you for something is parasitic. And when you invite parasitic people into your lives, that's going to be your downfall. So when it comes to dating anybody, men and women, you have to have your eyes and ears open. You can't always look at what somebody has and what somebody and how somebody looks, because you're going to get clouded, you're going to get jaded, and then you're going to make a poor decision. See, a number of us today cheat when it comes to relationships because we're just involved with the wrong people. We didn't observe them enough. We can ask all the questions about the person that we want to get involved with, but when we don't talk about what kind of issues they have, that is always going to be a downfall. And don't be afraid to see what kind of issues they have. You have some people who have been molested. You have some people who have been raped. Again, you have criminals. You have individuals who have bad debt, individuals with health problems, family issues, baby daddy drama, baby mommy drama. And those are some big issues. And when you deal with people in that predicament, you're going to have a relationship that's not going to last. In fact, you may get a smash and dash out of that relationship. It's going to be very temporary. Because that person who's got all the baggage really isn't into you. They're into what they can get out of you. And once they get everything out of you, they're going to talk to somebody else, because these individuals also have relationship problems. That's why they can't have relationships. And everybody is not made to have a relationship. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if it's a heterosexual relationship or a homosexual relationship. Relationships aren't that difficult. It's just that too many people utilize too much energy to try to play games and manipulate people to get what they want out of them. And that's another form of baggage. Are individuals impulsive liars? Here's another pet peeve. The individuals have politeness when they talk to you, because one pet peeve of mine when it comes to any relationship is individuals who don't care about anyone else but themselves. Or let's take phone etiquette. If you're a man or a woman, have you ever called somebody up and you talk to them on the telephone, and while you're trying to have a conversation, you have a person in the background that's asking them questions, and then when you tell them about what they're doing, they want to have a conflict with you because they're doing something that is totally rude? Well, if a person constantly has that behavior, you don't need to be with them because they're impolite. That's also baggage. That's a problem. And usually when it comes to baggage, it's people who have these types of problems: financial problems, family problems, child problems, emotional problems, psychological problems, health problems, mental problems. The list could go on and on and on and on and on. But the bottom line, when you are encountering individuals who have a lot of baggage, what you need to do is stay away. Because the moment you get involved with somebody who has baggage, expect misery to now be part of you. Why? I just told you. Misery loves company. And if you don't believe me, you ask enough people out here who have been in relationships, and I guarantee they're going to have something in common with what I've mentioned in this video. But on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, me and Big Body Matt Coley, we're going to be on the radio. We're going to talk more about this topic. And then we're going to also talk about how men have embraced feminism because they have vagina phobia. Yes, we're going to do a special Blog Talk Radio show on Saturday. And you men and women need to hear these topics that we are going to deliver, because if you're not aware of what's going on around you, you're going to fall for the okie doke and you're going to be disappointed. And as a man, and there are some women out there as well, my job is to make you aware. Now let me give a few shout outs out before I conclude this video. I'd like to shout out to Brother Real Deal of Gary, Indiana, Brother Guy King, and his channel, he's doing good work over there. Big Body Matt Coley from Camden, New Jersey. A shout out to Reg the Bad Guy. And if I missed you, I apologize. Have enough people I talk to here on YouTube. But what I want to say is, anybody who's making videos, whether you agree with what I'm saying or not, I got to also give you a shout out, because it's very difficult to make a lot of videos. Why? Because it takes talent. If anybody thinks that sitting behind the camera, talking, and I'm actually going with no notes. I can do 20 to 30 minutes with no notes because I know the subject matter. But going back to relationships and baggage. Never, ever, ever get involved with somebody who has a lot of baggage. I don't care how good the person is. Because when it comes to a real relationship, you have to always look at the inside as well as the outside. Certainly the outside is going to get you in the door. But you must look at where they are from a mental standpoint as well. Baggage sets your market value down really low. And if you're looking for a relationship, well, you having a lot of baggage puts you in the smash and dash category. Because you probably have been smash and dash material. Because with all your baggage, your relationships were short term. And some of you don't know how to have a relationship because of your baggage. Now, here's another question I will pose to you before I conclude. What if an individual has had the proper counseling and they've improved? Well, that answer is very simple. You still have to monitor their behavior, because a past is not like a resume. You can fudge your resume, but you can't fudge your past. And you never know when a person might slip back into their old behavior. It has happened. And like I said, the only way you're going to find out about people who have actually talked to somebody about their baggage, you have to see if they are putting their actions into place instead of talking about it. We've all had our issues. We all have issues. But you have to look at the types of issues. Again, is this person trying to take care of their issues? Now, if a person has been incarcerated and they've improved on their life, and you see that, they could be a good person, because it depends on what they went to jail for. If a person has been molested or raped, it wasn't their fault. But you must look at their behavior. You also have to see if they've improved from a dysfunctional situation, like coming from a dysfunctional environment, such as a dysfunctional family. Because, believe it or not, you have a number of individuals who come from dysfunctional environments, and they still hang in that dysfunctional environment because they're comfortable. And change is always difficult when you're comfortable in your current situation. And another aspect, are you dealing with somebody who's been a battered woman or a battered man? These are questions that should be presented before you even think about going out with a person. Because these issues can have an effect on how that relationship is going to be. Again, tell you another aspect, and it could be baggage as well. How many people are on social media? I mean, you have individuals who you could be interested in, but if you find out that they're constantly on social media and you tell them about it and they won't correct that behavior, are you going to date them? I hope not, because you're not going to change their mind. Because they have it in their mind that they can go on social media. And these are generally individuals, and social media, by the way, includes online dating sites. These are individuals who are always looking for better, but they don't know what better is because they can do no better than their situation. And dating individuals in this Western society can be very dangerous as well, because you don't know a number of individuals have been. But if you find some issues that you can pinpoint that are very important to you as a person, you can alleviate dealing with individuals that are going to enhance your misery. Now, you have to remember, no one can make you miserable. You have to make yourself miserable. But the bottom line is, when you are dealing with anybody, because remember, you have to look at yourself. Do you have issues? Does the person that you're interacting with have trust issues, insecurity issues? It's a lot of questions to ask. It's a lot to observe. But if you're looking for somebody to be in your life, you must observe the issues that a potential mate has for you. We've all been hurt. We've all had a past. But the difference is, the people who flourish admit and they take care of their issues. The people who don't flourish always fail and they deny they have an issue. And if you don't believe me, you look around me. Because, as I said before, there's going to be information that I am presenting in this video that is common to every one of us. And that's my video for this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show for this evening, Friday, March 2nd, 2018. You can tune in to the 401 Talk Zone radio show every Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Actually, it's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're doing a special blog talk radio show, me and Big Body Matt Coley, on these issues. From this video that I have talked about this evening, will you date somebody with baggage? And how men have embraced feminism because they have vagina phobia. We're doing it Sunday, March 4th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Call-in number, if you're a guest. Well, let's say the guest call-in number is 215-383-5785. Of course, if you like my videos, please share and subscribe to the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube so I can continue to give you quality information for educational purposes from a professional and mature perspective. Now, as you know on this channel, I don't get involved in emotional issues, controversial issues, nor do I debate. Why? Because it is counterproductive. Also, I don't participate in any drama or unnecessary bickering because, again, that's counterproductive. What I am doing on my channel is making you aware of what is going on. My videos are educational and they are self-awareness videos. The information that I am presenting to you is from my own personal experiences and research. Because if you don't understand the real world, you're going to fall for the okie-doke. Just like tonight's topic on, will I date somebody with baggage? Well, if you don't have the information about dating somebody with baggage, you're going to be miserable. And my job is to give you that information so you have an alternative when it comes to meeting individuals that you believe aren't on your level and in your position, such as financially, educationally, mental, social, and psychological. These issues are real, and I just want everybody to look around them when they find somebody. I don't care how good that person looks. You must look at their inside as well as their outside. Because, again, when you have knowledge, you have power. And if you have a new YouTube channel, a topic, and a new business that you would like for me to shout out for you on the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show YouTube channel, which is this one, and my radio show, you have to email me. My email address is lej6521@gmail.com. And if you have a comment, please leave your comment in the comment section. Make sure that your comments are pithy. No bloviating, pettifogging, or filibustering. If you wish to opine. Now that's it for this video. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. Remember, please be gentle and respectful to each other, and have a wonderful and blessed evening. God bless you, and good night.